Philadelphia Eagles, they are the best team in the NFL. Saquon Barkley is the NFL MVP. Guys, Eagles, 37, Rams, 20. Overreacting and just having a damn good time talking about that big Sunday night football victory, guys. We are live here on Training the AM. 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 woo!
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. We are live on YouTube and Twitter. You know the drill. Wherever you're watching, hit that like button and subscribe button. It is free to do it. It does not cost you a thing to support this show by hitting those buttons. So please, one and all, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. Greatly appreciate the follow. And guys, I don't think there's much to say. The Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL. And it will be hard-pressed for anybody to come in the comments of this show today and convince me I am wrong. The Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL. I just watched them. Now, this is not trying to make the Rams out to be some great team. But the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, are a very solid, very good football team. And guess what? The Eagles went out there last night and stomped the mud hole in their asses. 37-20. It wasn't even that close, to be honest with you. And we're going to overreact to it. We're going to overreact to Saquon Barkley and his massive output last night. Obviously, some sad news last night. Brandon Graham potentially ended his career because he was supposed to retire at the end of this year. Ended his season with a torn bicep last night. There's lots to dive into. There's lots to get into from the night. Some little things here and there, obviously NFL as a whole. But we're going to talk all about it today. So let's just dive right into the comments that are coming in. Obviously, Noom said the BG News took all the starch out of that win. Yeah, look, it happens. I don't think it takes away from the win. Brandon Graham is still going to be a leader on this team. Brandon Graham will still stay with the team. Brandon Graham will still be doing his thing. But I have a feeling that Brandon Graham's not going to go out like that. But that will not be the end of the Brandon Graham Eagles era, in my opinion. Good morning, Anthony. Great win last night. Not just another statement win from the Philadelphia Eagles last night. Statement, okay? Telling the world, yo, we up. We got it. We are the best. Took you long enough. Took me long enough to do what? What are you talking about? Our Eagles top 5. My ass. They're top 1. The Eagles are the best team in football. Matty B, wherever you are, how does Howie's? Yeah. Oh, man. Talk about Howie all you want. Let me tell you something. Taking that swing. And look, I said it. I wasn't a fan of the idea of bringing Saquon Barkley in, but as soon as he got here, I'm like, look, this dude's going to do something. Quinny Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Saquon Barkley. Think of the off-season additions that Howie Roseman made and the impact that they're having on this roster. Massive, massive, massive. Where's all the overreacting to fire Nick Sirianni, all the overreacting to, get rid of Jalen Hurts? Where's all the overreactions that Jaden Daniels is better than Jalen Hurts already? It's all gone. Out there in left field now, K1. What's up, Stevie Fuentes? Huge win, huge night for Saquon. I said he would be CMC-like this year, and he's even better. The BG News does suck. Look, Saquon Barkley, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. What was it? 305 yards of scrimmage yards last night? No, 300 and, trying to do the math in my head, 302 scrimmage yards last night. The guy's going to shatter, all things considered, the Eagles' single-season rushing record. And not by the end of the season, within the next week or two, probably at this rate. I think I read this morning he's only the second or third player ever to have over 500 yards in a two-game stretch. It's insane what Saquon Barkley was capable of doing. It's insane what he's done. It's insane what this offense is doing with the football and Saquon Barkley. Every week I'm like, oh, well, this will be the week that we'll see A.J. Brown break out or Devontae Smith or Jahan Dotson or whatnot. And no, just keep feeding Saquon the ball. We'll say I got a little bit of a cold, guys, so got to bear with me today. How you could bet the Eagles in any form, like same game parlay, and not include a Saquon Barkley, prop in it, I just don't know anymore. The guy is just massive. 2 70-yard touchdown runs last night. Are you insane? Are you crazy? It's just crazy how great he is. Give me a break. Number one, hello, Bills. No, thank you. The Eagles are the best team in football. After those first 2 drives from LA, the Eagles really figured things out and took over the game. Yeah, they moved the ball to the Rams very early in that game. And very effectively, Steve. But what the Eagles were able to do was adjust. Vic Fangio didn't waste his time. Figured out what they were doing and stopped it. And got it locked down pretty quickly. And honestly, let's be honest, that last time, we won by 17. But really, they scored a touchdown with a minute left in the game. So it was an even bigger blowout than the score says. Vic Fangio and the way he made the defense make adjustments. The defense got pressure on Matthew Stafford. Look, let's not take anything from Matthew Stafford away. Matthew Stafford can still throw a football. Not as well as he used to be, but he was still throw some pretty beautiful dimes. Puka Nakua, Hakuna Matata, whatever his name is, had some really nice catches. The kid could catch the football really, really well. So it was a tough test for the Eagles defense. And the Brandon Graham thing happened late, but, before Brandon Graham went down, after those first 2 drives, how many sacks did we end up with? 5 sacks last night. Kobe Dean had 1. Milton Williams had 2. Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, all got sacks last night because they were getting after it. They were doing their thing. It was great to see. Great to see. He has a real shot at the all-time rushing record. Yeah, which is just over 2,000 yards. I'll have to do. It's in my agenda if I have time today to do the research on what he needs and stuff like that. But yeah, after last night's game, Saquon Barkley jumped up to 4th in the NFL in MVP voting or odds to win. He was like 20th going into the game. 1 game last night on that national stage, and now Saquon Barkley is almost a front runner for NFL MVP. Could you imagine if he did win the MVP the first year out of New York? Like, there's rumors leaking that New York's not going to get rid of their GM or not get rid of their coach. How you cannot just fire your GM like this morning after, A, what's going on your team, but B, what's going on with your player on another team. It's crazy how much of a disaster the Giants are and how we've benefited from it massively. So massively. It's so great to see. Just think, you chose Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. Just think about it. I don't stop nothing. Ain't no stopping me now. Losing BG bites. But make no mistake, BG will be on this. See, that's the thing. And everyone's like, yeah, the loss. And he's playing. Well, let's not get, sugarcoat it. Brandon Graham's been one of our most consistent defensive edge rushers all year long. For sure. But he's going to be there. It's not like he's going to go away and sit at home the whole entire time. He'll be there leading. He'll be there helping coach at practice, help there coaching during the games and stuff, coaching up the players. It's a damn shame. It sucks. It's going to test our depth. Bryce Huff is still out for a few more weeks. He was put on IR, so he's going to miss 3 more weeks. Nolan Smith's going to have to play more snaps. Alex Hunt's better be ready. He didn't really have much of an impact last night, and he played a lot of snaps. They're going to have to scour the waiver wire probably, the practice squads. They're going to have to look around for somebody to fill that role. But I got confidence in Howie Roseman to make that right move. Howie is wrecking careers one GM at a time. Now, you know what? That was a big Dallas win yesterday. So I think Jerry Jones should extend himself as GM and give Mike McCarthy a 10-year extension as head coach. So that's the only one he hasn't wrecked yet, right? Stevie Fuentes says Eagles have positioned themselves nicely in the NFC. Lions have to deal with the Vikings and Green Bay breathing down their necks in their own division. Commanders showed who they really are yesterday. That Commanders Dallas game at the end was just sick, man. Just sick. Missing that extra point, the kick return, then running the onside kick back. It was a sick ending to that game there. Cost me some money actually too. I lost one of my parlays on that game. But anyway, the Commanders are who they are. They're okay. Like I said they were going to be. Everyone freaking out that Jaden Daniels is already better than Jalen Hurts. Get that shit out of here. Get it gone. Long live Jerry Jones. Look, I know what TMC's saying. I know the Bills are a great team, and I know that the Chiefs still are. I know the Lions are. But what I've seen with this Philadelphia Eagles team over the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and it's building. It's not like they've built up and then they've just plateaued. They're still getting better every single week. And their opponents that they're beating are getting better every single week. And they're still doing it. The Eagles are, in my opinion, the most complete team in the NFL, offensively and defensively. They could beat you on the ground. They could beat you in the air. They play hard-nosed defense. They got lockdown corners. They get pressure on the quarterback. They literally do everything at an elite level right now. Haven't even looked at them. Bill keeps rolling. What? Keep rolling. Yeah, that's right. I am saluting Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens last night. Those two may be the best guard center pairing at run blocking I've ever seen. Yeah. I don't have a comment to that. I have no response to your comment, Nooms. It's 100%. The offensive line, I will say one thing. There was a play early in the game where Verse pancaked Jordan Mailata. I don't think I've ever seen Jordan Mailata get pancaked. He's going to be pissed off all week, and he's going to be pancaking somebody every day at practice this week. But, yeah, Landon Dickerson, best left guard in football. Cam Jurgens making us forget about Jason Kelce. Like that. I mean, let's be honest. Jason Kelce's a legend. An overexposed legend, by the way. But a legend nonetheless. Hall of Famer. Cam Jurgens bigger, stronger, and faster than Kelce. If he could put the mental aspect together, I said from day one that he had the potential to be as good, if not better, than Jason Kelce, and he's doing it. Cam Jurgens, but I knew Landon Dickerson was a great guard coming into the season. I didn't know if Cam Jurgens was going to be a great center or not. Facts, just the facts, man. Nakua Hakuna Matata got his yards last night, but I think our youngers did well. Yeah, I mean, midway through the game, Quinny Mitchell gave up like a 14-yard pass on super great tight coverage. I'm like, oh my God. I feel like it was the end of the year or the end of his career. He got beat up there. No, but the corners did well. I say Keely Ringo did not. If I had to pull out one person that had a bad game last night, I would say Isaiah Rodgers filled in a lot for Darius Slay. And they did pick apart Isaiah Rodgers a lot. And I'm surprised that they didn't make a switch to Keely Ringo at some point, based off of matchups, based off of the scheme that they're running that game, whether you should be going to Rodgers or Keely Ringo. And I guess Rodgers wasn't the right guy last night. I'm looking here real quick. Isaiah Rodgers played 36 snaps, 56%. Keely Ringo did not play one defensive snap last night. That tells you what they think about Keely Ringo when Isaiah Rodgers is getting beat up. I will say this. I think it would be very smart for the Eagles. Say what you will about Darius Slay, whether he's great or not, whether you think he's past his prime or not. Most part, Darius Slay has still played pretty well this year. I think it's very important for people to realize he just looks like he's not playing well because of how great Cooper and Quinion are playing. I really, truly feel that it'd be the best interest of the Eagles to sit Darius Slay down for about 2 or 3 weeks. Just get him right. He is getting banged up and hurt like every game, every play. I know last night his final injury was concussion, but earlier in the game he got banged up multiple times as well. I think it'd be very smart of the Eagles. Just let him sit for 3-4 weeks. Get right. Because when we get to the playoffs, we don't want Keely Ringo out there starting. We want Darius Slay. So it'd be very important for the Eagles to do that. Number one. We are serious talking about that Mark Stepnoski and Nate Newton. I feel like the game plan was to let Nakua get his and keep Cup locked down. Seemed to work. Yeah, I mean, Nakua had 9 catches for a boatload of yards, 117. Cup still had 8 catches, but you kept him to 60 yards. He obviously had the touchdown. They really throw the ball to those two guys a lot. That PI on Rodgers was such. The refereeing last night was less than ideal. We'll just say, K1. The refs did not have control of the game or their own game plan, if that makes sense. It was dog poop last night. We'll just say the officiating in general. Let me tell you something. You guys know I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. You guys know I'm going to always support my man. And I know he didn't have a perfect game last night. Someone's going to say, oh, well, he took a bad sack here or there. Let me tell you something. Officiating's job is to protect the quarterback, right? You're not allowed to make contact with a quarterback's helmet, especially when they're in the pocket. There's twice early in the game last night where Jalen Hurts, while he was in a passing, not running the ball, in a passing situation, got smacked in the head, one time very hard, and no flags were called. And you could see the refs looking right at it. They can't say, I didn't see it, looking right at it. And they give zero respect to Jalen. If Patrick Mahomes would have taken the shots to the helmet that Jalen Hurts did last night, those players would have been arrested right on the field, put in handcuffs, Stone Cold Steve Austin style. If that was Derek Barnett laying that hit on the helmets, flags thrown from the heavens. But Jalen Hurts doesn't get that respect. And it really annoys me. Because you want to protect your stars, you want to protect your quarterback, unless it's Jalen Hurts. And it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying that he got hit so many times in the helmet early in the game. We're not just talking like glancing blows, like not face mask penalties, but hand on the faces. Pretty pathetic. Rodgers caused that fumble in the first drive. He got 8 up after Slay but still caused the fumble. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say that Rodgers didn't have a good game or a bad game or not, but left a little to be desired. Cup got his on that last drive. Yeah, the game was over. Empty stats are fantasy's best friend. I know the Eagles had lost 5 Pro Bowl level players in 17 and still won it all. But none of those dudes delivered it as timely as BJ. Yeah, Brandon Graham, exactly. Black quarterbacks don't get protected by the refs. Some of them do, probably. Could Eagles beat the Chiefs? Absolutely, they could. Most complete team in football, man, chatter. Officials' job is to officiate. The makers of football equipment protect the players. Coaches coach technique. Stop. No. You're not allowed to hit a quarterback in the head. Plain and simple. So, make excuses if you want. But if that was going on to Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, flags would have been thrown. The officials sucked last night. Plain and simple. Chiefs beat Carolina by a point. So, yeah, exactly. The Chiefs have not been the Chiefs this year. They just haven't. I still think they're a dangerous team. They're still a scary team. They'll get the flags called for them. But at this point, no team is complete as the Eagles are. Loss of Brandon Graham notwithstanding. I don't know what the plan will be going forward without Brandon Graham. But you better believe Howie Roseman's on his computer this morning trying to figure that out. Asking Vic Fangio what he wants, what we should do. Russ gave Chiefs the game. I actually didn't watch that game, but the double wham concept the Birds run are almost Tecmo Bowl to unstoppable. They have 5 touchdowns on that damn play. Yeah, it works pretty well. Refs always try to save KC. Of course, it's the Kelsey Swift effect. You got to keep them in the spotlight. It's money. Officials' job is to officiate, yet they are horrible at doing it. Yeah, exactly. The refs were terrible. Dude, on the first drive, Matthew Stafford had a big first down run, and Chris Collinsworth was laughing and joking about that run from Matthew Stafford. But you could clearly see Jordan Davis being spun around and held so blatantly in that spot. And there's a ref looking right at it. They were just so enamored with Matthew Stafford actually running the football that they missed that gigantic ass hold that let him do it. We're going to talk about Jordan Davis this week. I'm slightly concerned about Jordan Davis after last night. Just the amount of snaps he's playing. It's going to have to go up with Brandon Graham out now because they're going to have to swing things around. This hurts me drop a bowl. Another absolutely horrendous game for the officiating. Piss poor game. You know, it's crazy that we're spending too much time here, the whole 5 minutes of it, talking about the officiating, Rick, when really we should be talking about how great the Eagles played last night. But the officiating is going to get some. The officiating last night is going to get somebody hurt. Plain and simple. Jalen Carter gets held every play. He absolutely does. Absolutely does. Now, I have no issue with letting them play. Ticky-tack PI calls and just letting players play. As long as it's fair on both sides. The thing I can't stand is the helmet shots that get called for certain players in certain spots. As long as you're protecting your players. If you want to be consistent on both sides, I'm fine with that. But it's the inconsistencies that bother me. Rodgers actually had a very good game. The PI was yeah, exactly. He let up a few plays against some legends, but he was better than Slay in some areas. I don't think it was a great matchup for him last night. And I really do think that Slay could use a break at this point. Refs couldn't see that ball was fumbled. I totally forgot about the red flag. First, they made us waste a challenge. I mean, they won it, so it wasn't a waste. But then they didn't even call the challenge. When that situation, Steve, unfolded, I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. It's going to be one of those nights where we lose and we blame the refs for everything. But you know what? You know what's great? The Eagles didn't flinch. They didn't flinch. They adjusted and they got the job done. I got to agree the Eagles are a perfect roster. They are. Phil's eye contact is going to have to go up moving forward as well. No, there ain't no eye contact today. The refs were bad last night, but it wasn't the worst we've seen this season. Definitely not. The Eagles are legit. I don't know if they're legit, Rick. I'm going to take it a step further. They're more than legit. They're the best team, most complete team in the NFL right now. Plain and simple. Good morning, Duck. How are you? Hope you had a great weekend. Eagles wrecked Washington, of course. 49ers wrecked. Yep, of course. The Eagles played great. Saquon played great out. Absolutely. We're keeping it together. Are we not allowed? The Eagles did play great last night. It wasn't just Saquon that played great. The offensive line played great. The defense played great. You know, the Rams were 0 for 8 on third down. That's defense. That wasn't Saquon, unless Saquon Barkley was the one doing it. I know there's a lot of football to be played. There are some tough games ahead. But right now, we can only look at the information that's in front of us. And the information in front of us is the Eagles are the best team. And you're not going to bring the energy level down with some negative Nancy talk there today. There's holding on every play. The refs need to call the most egregious ones. Agreed. Can't stand when people try to defend the rec. They suck. All of them in every sport. That's why the officiating in all sports has gotten a little out of hand for sure. I never root for anybody to get injured, but Slay at this point is more of a backup. No, I disagree, Rick. I think Darius Slay's actually, for the most part, played pretty well this year. Better than people realize. I think it's overshadowed by Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Has he been big play Slay? No. The one thing I will say about Darius Slay is I did not realize till the broadcast last night that he's the second oldest starting cornerback in the NFL. That was kind of shocking. I didn't realize there was not many people older than him that were starting anymore. But has he lost a step? Sure. Is he the second quarterback? Sure. Does he need a break to get healthy? Absolutely. But I would still trust him in the playoffs starting if he was healthy over Isaiah Rodgers or Keely Ringo, who obviously has no faith from anybody. The refs did not see it. I was surprised they went back. Well, they get information from New York. There's certain things, I forget the rules and stuff, that New York can stop the game. I love the fact that they did what it needed. Simple plays early, build the confidence, run the pass the way they like. That's perfectly done. How Eagles would do versus Vikings. Stop. You think Sam Darnold's going to have a field day against this Eagles defense? I don't think so. Okay, if no one else is saying it, I am. By letter of the current law, the Rams tight end could have been flagged for offensive targeting on the Slay concussion. Yeah, maybe. I didn't really pay. I didn't rewatch that play enough times, Nooms, to tell. Phil will not counter. Now, look, Matty B can be negative. You guys want Matty B? You know, you K1. You want to ask Matty B about his Howie, stuff? You know, ask him. I mean, I'm sure Howie had nothing to do with Saquon Barkley coming here. We gave up 3 touchdowns. Really, 2 touchdowns. Are real. The third was junk. Yeah, exactly. 100% agree. Eagles versus Lions in pressing X. I'm pressing X to doubt. What? I'm pressing X to doubt. What? I don't even know what you're saying. Eagles, best team in the NFL. Adam, 100%. No about a doubt it, in my opinion, Adam. Best team in football. He hasn't been big play slave for the last 2 seasons. Nobody was good last year, though. Monday Night Football is Ravens versus Chargers tonight. I'll be watching it because there's that sneaky little Ravens team coming up on our schedule here real soon. So, yeah, I'll be paying close attention. Well, maybe not. I got to catch up on Yellowstone. Saquon Barkley, NFL MVP, definitely. I would love to see it. I would love to see Saquon Barkley be the first running back since Adrian Peterson in, what was that? What year was Peterson the MVP? He was the last running back to win MVP. The last non-quarterback to win MVP, too. Is a third cornerback at best. Well, he is the third best cornerback on this team behind Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell. I'll agree. I'll agree with that. I don't understand why they didn't put in Ringo. He didn't play 1 snap on defense. I was really shocked because Isaiah Rodgers was getting targeted a lot. And Puka Hakuna Matata is a tough matchup for him, for sure. Cup was the second best Cooper on the field last night. Can't believe NBC didn't make some goofy ass graphic about that. I didn't even think about that, but true. I will give the broadcast credit last night. Normally, national broadcasts are pretty all doom and gloom and anti-Philadelphia. Chris Collinsworth was drooling over the Eagles a little bit last night. He was doing his thing and acting like the Eagles were legit last night. So, gotta love to see that. That's very rare for us to get that kind of love on a national broadcast level. 49ers got their poop pushed in, and we're left with a pink. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. LA and Chargers are NFL protected teams right now. The Rams and Chargers, because NFL television moving to LA. So maybe. I don't know anything about that, but yeah. Howie Roseman is the best GM ever. Right now, yeah. He's definitely better than Daryl Morey. Wait, Matty B has it. Yeah, the talking sports thing, that's Matty B. You know, when EOP shut down, that's what he started up. Yeah. Ravens haven't been perfect, but they will be the next big test for both the offense and defense. Absolutely. We got the Ravens, Steelers, and Washington still. And then we got a cakewalk the rest of the year. We got 3 more real difficult games coming up over the next 4 weeks. So, you know, where are we going to stand? Hopefully we can win 2 of the next 3, you know, or 2 of those 3. That would be great. Phil, you think Eagles could beat Ravens? Could they? Absolutely. Will they? We'll find out. I don't think there's a line yet because the Ravens haven't played yet. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see why we can't beat the Ravens. Why not? They got a great quarterback. We got a great quarterback. They have a great running game. We have a great running game. We have elite wide receivers. They don't. I got 2 words for you about officiating. Fantle. Yeah. Shane Brandon Graham got hurt. He was playing at a high level. Brandon Graham, I mean, basically following in Jason Kelsey's steps of having an amazing closeout season to his career. I'd be shocked if Brandon Graham doesn't say, you know what? I'm not going out like that. The reunion tour's lasting 1 more year. I love the Wawa graphics. They even got the coffee cup colors and designs correct. I don't know what that is. I must have missed that. Bears versus Lions, game 1. Bears no chance. What? Are you talking about Thanksgiving? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You have Ozzy from Baltimore to fight for the best GM. Yeah, Baltimore's a pretty well-run organization as a whole. Can Saquon Barkley play for the Sixers? He can't be. I bet you can throw Saquon Barkley and Cooper DeJean out there, and they put out Cooper DeJean could probably start on the Sixers roster right now at this point. Phil's going to sell some ZZA to sell some ZZA tonight and on Sunday. What? I don't know what ZZA. Oh, pizza? Yeah, I got to sell some pizza. I think they will beat Ravens. Come on. Ravens fake. They might be. We're going to find out. No comment. No comment on that. Saquon Barkley makes this Eagles team primetime television. Yeah, we're going to get flexed a lot here late in the season, probably. They flexed us out of a bunch of games earlier in the season. Now they're going to be flexing us back in the primetime. I thought we were about to get all 1 o'clock games after this upcoming week, but we're going to get flexed out. And frequently, in my opinion. Ravens are a pass funnel defense. If they stop Saquon, they have to deal with AJ and Smith all game. Browns beat them. Eagles damn sure can. Yeah, I don't think we can. I'm not worried. I know it'll be a tough game. I know it'll be a close game. I hope JoJo is taking notes, and I speak for all. BG is the role JoJo really needs to take this year. Yeah, well, we're not talking JoJo. We're not talking Sixers today. Don't bring any negative Sixers talking to the chat today. Would Howie, Nick, and Vic Windows shop for an Eagle or an Edge just in case? Yeah, they will. They will. You would have to think they have to consider looking for somebody. Now, I don't know what's available. I know people are going to say the big name is JPP, Pierre Paul. But he's a little washed at this point, a little old, long in the tooth. I'm not sure what's out there. I'm not sure what's on practice squads of other teams. They're going to have to do something, especially with Bryce Huff out for the next 3 weeks. Put some Robutonun in the pec and get back out, Graham. Look, hold on a second. It's a torn pec, right? Didn't Cody Rhodes wrestle an entire cage match with a torn pec? And you're telling me, Brandon Graham, you just can't put that in a sling and go out there? Come on now. He got this. Why not? I like Bruce Irving. He's a free agent. Yeah, look. See, here's the thing. Anybody that's still available Thanksgiving week is available for a reason. They're not great anymore. That's the problem. But the problem, the other end of the equation is we're just replacing Brandon Graham, who is a rotational piece. So it's not like we're going out there trying to find someone to replace Jalen Carter. You know, we're going out there to find somebody to replace Brandon Graham, which can be done. Question is who? I know Irvin's going to be a name. JPP's going to be a name. There are a few names that are out there. Trade deadline did pass, but you can still sign players. We're not talking about trades. We're talking about guys that are free agents or on teams' practice squads that you can claim off their practice squads. Just similar to bringing in Linville Joseph and the Dominican Sue a few years back. Just going out there and plucking somebody that's available. And as the season goes on, players get cut for salary cap, for teams to get young players opportunities. And maybe the Giants will cut somebody. I don't know. Maybe you go get Daniel Jones to play defensive end. I mean, he's available right now. He's already got experience quarterbacking and playing safety. Why don't we just add defensive end to his resume as well? But the loss of Brandon Graham's going to be a big deal, for sure. We're gonna have to figure it out. I'm just looking at the snap count last night of the Eagles defense, and I'm not counting the guys at the bottom that came in mop-up duty. But guys like Jordan Davis played 15 snaps last night. It's 15 to 64 for a total of 23%. He's going to have to play more. Ajomo's going to have to play more. Milton Williams is going to have to. Milton Williams had a phenomenal game, by the way. Those guys are going to have to play more snaps, and maybe you see Milton Williams. Maybe you see Jalen Carter. Both guys that have been said that they could play on the outside. Maybe they play on the outside. Maybe Josh Sweat makes up some of those snaps as well. Jelks Hunt, I expected a lot from him last night. He played 24 snaps, 38%. He's going to have to play more until you figure this out. And there's a reason why Vic Fangio didn't want anybody being added at the trade deadline, because it's hard to add to his style late in the season and for them to learn. It took us 4 or 5 weeks this year for Vic Fangio's team to really gel. So you might just see what we got. I don't even know who's on the Eagles practice squad that we could call up defensive end wise. Ravens are 26 in total defense. Eagles are number 1. Number 2 in pass D. Ravens 32nd. Eagles 7th in rushing defense. Ravens 2nd. Yeah, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. We'll get into the stats later on. Those numbers will change because they still got to play tonight. I think losing Brandon Graham may be huge. It's a big deal, but I have faith that his leadership will still be there. Whoever steps in his role, he will be there to help them along. I'm not concerned like that. But yeah, Brandon Graham was having a hell of a season this year and kind of had to because no one else, this is just going to force Nolan Smith, maybe eventually Bryce Huff and Jelks Hunt, all to up their game tenfold. They have to. Jones said he wants to go to a contender like a contender wants him. Yeah. Everybody said Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones gets cut, and every team's like, I want Daniel Jones. I want Daniel. There are Eagles fans that want Daniel Jones. Are you kidding me? I don't like a great goes out like that. He was having a season and could have gotten to 80 career sacks this year. I find it hard shocking. I'd be shocked. If he goes out like this. He already was dabbling with the idea that this might not be it for him. Well, now I kind of feel like it's definitely not it for him. That got posted twice. Williams made some big plays, big noise last night. Milton Williams is a guy that I've always been very high on. I've kind of feel like he's disappeared a little bit this year, but he made some big plays last night. I made a joke on social media last night. If you can only keep one long term, Milton Williams or Jordan Davis, who would you keep? And I bet you most people would say Milton Williams over Jordan Davis because he could play more snaps. And I'm shocked that Jordan Davis still, his snap count goes, I know he still gets double teamed. I know he still gets push in the middle. He's never going to have flashy stats. But Jordan Davis, man, how many times this year do I see him in a pass or in a rushing situation get pushed backwards? Guys of his size don't get pushed backwards. So Milton Williams, but Milton Williams also has the potential to blitz a quarterback. So maybe you slide him outside, or maybe you slide Jalen Carter outside. Things to think about on that defensive line. Hunt looked decent. Junior looked okay, but you could tell he needs a few more pro snaps. Yeah, Jelks Hunt's going to have to step up. First, he was stepping up for Bryce Huff. Now with Brandon Graham, he's going to have to step up. He's got to. He's going to have to make plays, Jelks Hunt, in the short term. Jelks Hunt will make us forget this misfortune. Mark my words. I hope so. I'm thinking so. I hope and I think. We're going to find out. I mean, we got a week to figure it out. Man, I am not going to make like this week. When you're on the road and you don't need to win, you win way less than half the time. If the Eagles lose that game, it's a learning opportunity on how to improve. The Eagles aren't losing. I agree. Hunt is coming along so quickly. Love this. I wouldn't say so quickly. I want Dallas to sign Daniel Jones this week and play him on Thanksgiving. Jones versus DeVito would be Danny DeVito ball. That would be hilarious. Freddie Defoe. Dropping the dime, pun intended. Jones is like the Temu Wish version of Josh Allen. Maybe Buffalo will sign him. Dallas would be hilarious. Yeah, it would be. It really would be. VG this season was having a better season than he's had in a few years. He was also in the best shape since 18-19. Could not agree more with that. Feels like 17 losing big players. Next man up, like Jason Peters or Darren Sproles. Absolutely. Next man up. You know, I won't lie. I was chatting with my man Jason yesterday. Detroit's in the same situation. Detroit's playing next man up big time right now. They are losing players left and right on that team. So hit the like button. The core is strong. Yes. I don't know who's hit it, who hasn't, but please, you're watching Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Please hit that like button. Please hit that share. And please, please, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already, and get your comments. A lot of people watching and only select few comments. So if you got your thoughts or opinions, hit that comment. Let me know what you think. Eagles, big 37-20 victory. Yes, I believe the Eagles are the best team in football right now. Conceive, believe, achieve. Look at K-Wan with the motivational speech. The motivation there on that. Love it. I don't know, Phil. I see Jordan Davis over-penetrate on many run plays, almost like he's trying to get sacks and not reading run versus pass. A few times I saw him get, over penetration, what you're talking about there. I also saw a few times him get pushed back. But again, he's not playing enough snaps to really get a good judge. And I'm not sure why he's not playing more snaps. Part of it's also probably because Jalen Carter's so good. Jalen Carter's out there so much. I mean, they flashed the stat last night, that 1 point, 19 pass snaps, 15 double teams. I mean, Jalen Carter is so good that Jordan Davis can't get on the field all the time, maybe. Maybe that's some of it. Kudos to the coaching staff for going run heavy this game. The less we pass, the more we win. That's most people won't realize, but I do. That's a subtle dig at Jalen Hurts from the pump man, but that's okay because Jalen Hurts didn't turn the ball over last night. Jalen Hurts played great last night, so I'm not. Al, I see your comment. Should I, yes or no, put up Al's comment on the screen? We'll have to see about that. Jalen Carter was a wrecker last night. He gets others so many sacks with how he wrecks a lot. He's just a beast. And he's got a motor, Steve, that is just, it just doesn't stop the motor. It just keeps going and going and going and going. It's amazing. There we go. I'll put it up. I'll put it up for a second. Jordan Davis is not good, and Vic is not going to play you if you're not good. Exhibit A. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, he's not the Vic Fangio part of it. I don't know if Jordan Davis is not good. It might not be the right system. Maybe he's not understanding. I don't know what the problem is. But if I had to choose today, I'm choosing Milton Williams over Jordan Davis long term. I'm not digging at Hurts. I mean, I know you're not a Jalen Hurts guy. And pumping up how great they have to run the ball. I don't know. But, hey, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, pump man. Collinsworth made a big thing of Mailata getting put on his ass. If you look at the play Jordan faced on that play, if you look at the play, Jordan laced on that play because of the flag being thrown. I don't know. I have to go double check on that. The fact that Davis is getting more and more in a quarterback's face means he's not double teams as much because the double's on Carter. True. We are built to run the ball, though. I get that. It's 100%. Everybody's always complaining about an identity, and the Eagles have their identity. People might not realize it, but they do. They're a run team, run first, with a strong-ass defense. Maybe not strong-ass, the best defense in football. Literally, that's it. That's an identity. And it's okay to have that as the identity. As long as it's producing wins, it's perfectly fine to have the identity of a run team that plays great defense. Jalen Carter seriously at Warren Sapp, Jerome level. Wow. Bold. Putting him there in his second year. But you know what? He's dominating. Straight dominating. Phil, everyone besides Cam is 350 pounds. Numbers say you run the ball at all downs, really. Yeah, I mean, there's really no stopping the Eagles when they're committed to the run like that, Brian. There really is. And I was shocked because I went over the stats last week, Brian, that the Rams defense was a worse pass defense than a rush defense. They were average run defense, really bad pass defense, that maybe it was the week we'd see a little bit more. But then I also followed up saying I don't want to see some 45 pass to 20 rush kind of thing just because of what the stats say. They stuck to it. It didn't matter that the Rams' run defense was better than their pass. They just kept doing it. They didn't care. Saquon Barkley is it's amazing. Hurts had a very Brady throw last night on the A.J. Brown anticipation out. I popped myself when I saw it. Yeah. Jalen Hurts played really well last night. What was his box score? He threw the ball 22 times. Okay. All right, 15 to 22, 179 and a touchdown. When you run the ball 45 times, you don't need to throw the ball more than 22 times. A.J. Brown had a good game last night. Saquon Barkley, obviously. Dallas Goedert, 4 catches. Really, we didn't distribute the ball much, but, there's only so many balls to distribute. Yeah, I said that. When you're running the ball with Saquon Barkley like that. Look, Kenny Gainwell had a few moments last night. I'm not gonna shit on Kenny Gainwell. What was his box score? 5 carries, 22 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, I pumped my fist last night and thought of Kwan. I went like this. Yeah, Kwan, when he scored that touchdown last night. 100%, Adam. Being able to effectively run the football and play great defense. That's how you win a Super Bowl. And guess what? The Eagles play great defense and they run the ball. Coincidence? I don't know. I'll tell you what. We hitting the crap out of opposing teams. We do hit hard. That defense flies around. And when they hit, they hit. For sure, Pump Man. For sure. Run game was our identity since the 70s. That's true, Jose. It's just Jeffrey Lurie kind of got away from that and doesn't want that to be the identity, but exactly. Oh, the Andy Reid shovel pass. I joked about it on Twitter last night, Nooms. It is my least favorite play. I hate that play more than a bubble screen to a wide receiver. The inside tight end shovel pass is my least favorite play in the history of football. It just is. But they ran it, and it effectively didn't work again. I just hate it. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look natural. Guys, a lot of people jumping in the YouTube room right now. 30 people watching right now. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And drop your comments. Only got about 15, 20 more minutes to go here today. But we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., talking all things Philly sports. I'd prefer we cut the passing down to 15, but we should have gotten another running back. Kenny Gainwell had one good run. Kenny Gainwell is fine. I'm perfectly fine with Kenny Gainwell. Barkley got you 46.2. That's it. I kind of feel like 300 all-purpose yards and those touchdowns, it should have been higher, Adam. Like, I almost feel like it needs to be more than that. He cost me 2 games out of 4, and I don't care. Exactly. Saquon has 3 games to make a case for MVP. Ravens, Steelers, and Commanders have 150-plus total yards and a touchdown in those games. I think we could do it. There we go. I love the running back MVP idea, man. I want it. I want it so bad. I want it for him so bad. The Chiefs only call that shovel pass when the defense is in nickel. The Rams were in goal line defense. Yeah. Look, Andy Reid used to call it all the time here in Philly. He does it all the time in KC. I've always hated it. It just looks like a mistake about to happen. It just does. I hate it. Relax. After the Gainwell touchdown last night, my 10-year-old son said, "Who the hell is K1?" 13 likes is not good enough. There's a lot more than 13 people that have watched this show already, and there's more than 13 people watching right now, guys. So 13 likes is not good enough. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm happy Saquon didn't fall down on the 1-yard line. Joking about you're okay losing in fantasy because of Saquon. Like, every one of my parlays last night did not. I had 2 parlays on the Eagles game last night. The only thing that didn't hit, I had 225 passing yards, 225 plus passing yards for Saquon or for Jalen Hurts on both of them. So I thought they were going to throw the ball a little bit more. I'm okay losing a bet. I'm okay sacrificing those 2 $5 bets because the Eagles won. Get Up on ESPN is talking Saquon. Good. First off, hold on. Let's backtrack on this comment for Stevie Fuentes here. It's good that ESPN is talking Saquon for MVP. It's great. National attention for the Eagles. National love for what Saquon's doing. Great. The side thing is why is Stevie Fuentes pulling double duty watching this and watching Get Up? Turn that Get Up off. Put Trending in the AM on the big screen TV. That's what you should be doing. There ain't no need to even have that Get Up shit on your TV. No need. This is the only morning show that matters, Steve. Trending in the AM. It's the only one that matters. So why would you have that other? So I'm just going to call rank here and say it's a little off on Stevie for watching Get Up at the same time that I'm on TV. Come on now. Stevie, you got to be better than that. You got to be better than that. Come on. Yeah, Adrian Peterson was the last one. I was going to say, I earlier in the show, I thought I said 2013, but yeah, 2012, whatever one it is. It'll be great. Break room TV and trend. No. Unacceptable, Stevie. Trend in the AM should be on the break room TV. Okay? You should be introducing your entire workforce to Trending in the AM. That's like that's amateur hour. If you want to be part of the core 12, you got to up your game a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I might have to do a Skip Payless hot take on Stevie Fuentes here. letting the break room TV have ESPN on instead of trending in the AM. What's up with that? Come on now. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I love Stevie Fuentes, so I'll just slightly give him a hard time, and then we'll end it right there. I am work from home today. Den doesn't have cable. Good. Good. I wish I got to work from home. I do. I really wish I got to work from home all the time. I wish I got to hang out here all the time with you guys. I blame work for not having a Fire Stick to cast. You know, all I hear is excuses, Steve. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got them. That's all I hear, right? All I hear. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's up, EC1? How you doing? Go Birds. Hope you are well this morning. I know us Eagles fans are well. Will Saquon eclipse the 2,000-plus yards before the last game of the season? I don't know. I mean, I know people want to see him get the record. I want to see him get the Eagles record, which is low 1,600s. Break LaShawn McCoy's record. That's the only record that I really care about. I don't even think Saquon cares about the record. All Saquon wants to do is win football games. All Saquon wants to do is win a Super Bowl. And we need Saquon healthy for that, to do that. So I'm not concerned about records, and I don't think Saquon's concerned about records, as long as we're winning football games. He is not human, EC1. He's not. It's insane watching him run a football for the Eagles. It really is. And it's just, every time he runs, not even like for the touchdowns, 5-yard runs, 4-yard runs. I'm just like, how did the Giants not, A, win with him, B, let him walk? It's like so boggling of the mind that he got to walk. He broke it already. No, not the single season record. Saquon or LaShawn McCoy had 1,607 rushing yards 1 year. He's not there yet. Saquon Barkley needs 200 yards to break the Eagles. It's I was going to say like 250, but yeah, 200. Yeah. It was like 470 going into the game. It's like 220. I'll have those numbers officially for tomorrow. I don't care about records. I just want Saquon healthy in January. I want him healthy in January and February. That's it. The records, and K1, if you ask Saquon right now, he would say, I don't care about those records. And I would actually believe him on that, too. Saquon needs that 2K yards to have any chance at the Football Hall of Fame. Giants effed him. Yeah. Again, I don't think he's worried about that right now. He's worried about getting that first Super Bowl, getting to the playoffs, winning some playoff games. That's what Saquon Barkley is most concerned with right now. I've seen torn bicep and pecs, but never a torn tri. Oh, it was a tricep for Brandon Graham, not a bicep. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess he couldn't play through that one then. I don't know. My guess is Brandon Graham got chipped with his arm in full extension. Yeah, I didn't even see the play where he got hurt. I'm on my phone tweeting nonstop during football games, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm seeing people tweet about Brandon Graham's done. Brandon Graham getting hugged by Jalen Hurts on the sideline. It's like, where did I miss that? Like, how did I miss that? You didn't hear the refs or the announcers talk about it, so I don't know. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. And, hopefully Brandon Graham gives it another go next year. I really do. Anyway, back to it. Eagles, 37-20. Let's keep looking at this box score. See if there's anything else that jumps out at me. Any other players that I haven't really talked about yet today. Nakobe Dean did have a very good game. We really didn't give Nakobe Dean any credit in the game. Honestly, there's nobody really. He'd be 37. Yes. So what does that mean? I'm 40, about to be 44 in a few weeks. Should I hang him up? I mean, I would like to. You usually dislocate your elbow in a situation like that, but it speaks to how good of shape he was in. I got to go back and find it. I don't know. The tricep, man. Look, it sucks. He was playing great. I don't think that the branding, they're like, people are like really devastated, and I think it's because of more the love they have for Brandon Graham. I don't think losing Brandon Graham for the rest of the year is like, there's some people that are going to overreact. That it's like a nail in the coffin for this defense. or a death sentence for this defense. I don't think it is. He was playing great, sure, but I have full confidence that this defense can replace him. Full confidence this defense can move on without him. I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit on that, but I really truly feel that the team can get by just fine without him. It'll be a loss, but he'll still be there leadership wise. He'll still be there coaching wise. He's not going to be moping in the locker room. He's not going to be like Joel Embiid and just be like, "Who gives a shit? I'm checked out." He's going to be out there, encouraging, helping, coaching. Maybe this helps set him up for a coaching career. I don't know. I don't find it the big loss that other. Oh, you could even, if you really had to. And I don't recommend this at all because it would hurt. I never believe in making one position better by making another position weaker. But Zach Bond is kind of a really good pass rusher, or at least was considered coming into the season. I know he's played great at middle linebacker for this year. He didn't have the tackles yesterday, but otherwise played well. You can always slide Zach Bond to the outside from time to time and go with just Nakobe Dean in the middle. Just throwing that out there. The huge adjustment was Nakobe made a concerted effort to get downhill and hit the gap instead of overthinking it. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. Barkley as a Giant for his first 6 years in the NFL is like C telling Sonny while laying in the casket in the Bronx Tale, wasted talent. Yeah, I like that. That's a great little pull there, Jose. BG said it himself. He said that he might be out, but there's something right behind him. But there's someone right behind him. BG will be on the sideline. There's there in the room to review tape with the kids. Absolutely. It's a big loss. No doubt about it. But on the flip side, it's manageable, in my opinion. Very manageable loss, in my opinion. One that we could get through, one that we could get by. Okay? We just can. No doubt about it in my mind that we could get through this Brandon Graham loss. How we'll get through it, I don't know. I guarantee. First thing that Brandon Graham did this morning was check in with Jalen Hunt. You ready, big boy? It's your turn. You're up next. Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith's been getting better every single game the last 4 or 5 weeks. Might not always have the sacks every week. And let's not forget about Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat's had a hell. For all the hype we give Brandon Graham, how great he's been this year, Josh Sweat has had a great year as well this year. So we've got the bodies. He was around almost every. Yeah, Nolan Smith, I'm perfectly fine with it. We have death with loss. We have death with the loss of David Archeri, haven't we? Stop. You're never going to get over that. Here, I'll give you one. Lillian's Creations. Go to lillianscreations.com if you want to support the show. If you want to support me and another local business, Lillian's Creations, hit their contact. They got the Trending in the AM and STT Sports Network logo. You could get shirts, hoodies, hats, anything you want to support me and support another small business and help wear the brand, to help spread the word of Trending in the AM. LilliansCreations.com. See? There. I gave you an ad read. Happy Thanksgiving. That's your gift. We're going to have a Thanksgiving week. I don't know what the schedule is going to be like this week for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure. I got a big-ass turkey to cook on Thanksgiving, a lot of food to prepare. I'm going to try to do a Thanksgiving show this week. Not sure if it'll get done, though. And if it does, I'm not sure of time. Friday, I'm supposed to be off from the pizza shop on Friday. I'm always supposed to have days off, and they never happen. So we'll see. Depends on who calls out and who doesn't. But that means the Black Friday show might be a little later. Because if I'm actually off, I'm not waking my ass up at 6:30 in the a.m. to do this on a day off. So the schedule today, tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 a.m., Thanksgiving. We'll see what time it is on Thanksgiving. And Black Friday, we'll see. Just so you know. That was the breakup sex of batteries. Okay. Hunt and Smith will be tested. My worry is that setting the end is so important in this defense, and Brandon Graham is the most. Well, yeah, it is, and you're right on that, Nooms. But I also believe that Brandon Graham will be there to help coach those boys up to understand the importance of that. Yeah, the young Lions, it's their time, and I hope they make it count. I think they're going to make it count. We're going to find out in a very short period of time, right? Let me see something real quick here. Give me a second here. I doubt it, but I just want to see. Yeah, they don't have it up yet because I was just curious if ESPN had dropped any lines for the game yet, considering that the Ravens haven't played yet, but no, they haven't. So we'll see after tonight what the opening line is for the Eagles Ravens. We'll know that tomorrow. But man, I just can't breathe today, guys. I'm sick as a dog, I think. But the pizza's neat made, so I'll be going in here in a few minutes here. Thanksgiving week's always a busy week at the pizza shop with catering and so much else going on. So no rest for the weary here. Losing a 36 and 34-year-old isn't the worst thing on the planet, that's for sure. Look, I think if anything, Darius Slay going down might be a bigger deal than Brandon Graham. Look, Darius Slay, say what you will about him, has had a good season. He has. Plain and simple. I think people are a little harsh on Slay this year. And I have more confidence in the backups replacing Brandon Graham than I do in Isaiah Rodgers replacing Darius Slay. But I think Darius Slay needs that break. He does. He's getting banged up and coming out of games way too frequently at this point. And the concussion on top of that will be an issue, but we'll see. Oh, man. But anyway, it's time. We're gonna wrap this show up a little early today. Any turkey or stuffing requests for pizza this time of year? No, I don't get any Thanksgiving turkey pizza requests, Adam. I used to make a turkey noodle from scratch at the pizza shop for it, but don't get into that too much. Don't get that request too often. I really prefer Isaiah Rodgers against most outside wide receivers. Good morning, Eric. You're coming at the end here. We're calling it an early show today. I got lots of work to do today at the shop, but you're coming in. So the gatekeepers, we can officially end the show once the gatekeeper gets into the conversation, right? Fans are harder on Slade because of how good he's been in the past. Exactly. And I really think that's a very accurate statement, Duck. Very accurate statement. They remember what he used to be like. Well, we don't do deep frying turkeys. I don't mind hosting on Thanksgiving. I don't mind doing the turkey work and all. I just hate preparing the turkey. I hate getting my hands all in there and getting underneath the skin, and it just grosses me out. And I'm not even a fan of turkey. But we don't fry it. We definitely don't fry it. Goes in the oven, 350, 4 hours, just let it sit. And then hope it comes out cooked. That's it. Thank you very much, Adam. Appreciate you, my man. Guys, please, one final time, hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that share button. I'd greatly appreciate each and every one of those things being done. But I got to get to work. I got lots and lots of pizzas to make this morning. So, hi-ho, it's off to work I go. Roger Goodell's boys were in full effect with the game sabotage. No, we talked about that about an hour ago, Eric. We moved off of the refs like an hour ago. But I got to end it right there, guys. I got to get to the money. I could use it. Yeah, dude, I hate turkey. Turkey is like the most overrated meat there is. Honestly, it's terrible. It's just an overrated thing. I eat it once a year and that's it. But we got to go, guys. Trend the AM right here on the STT Sports Network live, 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. Like, subscribe, share, please. Be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Hopefully with a full 90 minutes. More Eagles talk, more whatever talk. We'll get to it, guys. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds. And bubbles up to y'all.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, pop.